Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy, Golden Falls, Golden What Ifs, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back. This is the finale of What If Isagi had telekinesis powers, and if you enjoy, please show some love. Leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, and quick thing, I won't have like clips and manga panels in this video. I know in the other videos I've had these like looping like clips and manga panels. Those were made a long time ago. I haven't actually made any more for this new season or anything like that, or I haven't had them be made. So the U20 match and the tryouts won't actually have anything crazy. It's probably just gonna be like the old Minecraft gameplay, or like the Minecraft gameplay I normally put in my videos, and the link in the description for that person that basically gives or allows people to use it will be there as always. And yeah, that's all I really got to say. I don't really have much else to get into because I want to get right into the rest of this What If. And let's get it. Isagi Yoichi has one chance. But in all honesty, everybody knows that he will be part of this U20 team, or part of the match against the U20 team. Blue Lock needs a certain amount of players. Enough players to step on that pitch, step on that field, and take on what's going to happen. The Blue Lock 11. That's what needs to happen. That's what's going to happen. And in his singular match, Isagi is going to get a chance to learn, a chance to figure things out, and a chance to know so much more. Isagi would team up with Rin, Shido, Hiyori, and also Nayase. That would be them taking on a team of some of the other best players in Blue Lock. Karasu and Otoya leading the way for their team, Team B. And let's just say Isagi has a ton to do during this match, because right off the bat, it's obvious that Rin and Isagi have a duo type of play that is very, very skilled and very, very good. So much so that even the big body and also the very, very sound defensive player in Karasu can't really hold them together. He even tries to take advantage of what Isagi is trying to do, but it seems like there's something that is making him one step slower. Isagi getting out into open field very quickly and just decisively setting up Rin for a goal. And this will already be on Jinpachi Ego's radar, knowing that these two right here, I mean, he's seen it over and over again. The stats don't really tell the whole story, but when you start looking at what they're capable of, I mean, this is a freak show. It is different to have them both on the pitch, and it is different to have them both standing side by side working together. But there's someone else that he wants to see hopefully work together with these two, and that is Shido. He wants to see Shido do some things and understand some things and also help out during this time. But unfortunately, even Isagi can't necessarily kind of work together properly with Shido. Now, in terms of just flat out goals, Isagi could set him up for a nice one, but it's not really that much teamwork, you could say. The goal was kind of in a weird premature spot, and Isagi set him up well, but it's not like he has some crazy type of chemistry with someone like Shido. It's a lot more fluid and understanding with someone like Itoshi Rin, but with Shido, there's something that's lacking. Isagi would even get his own goals here and stop some of the better strikers within Team B, even being able to stop people like Chiguri, who is extremely fast, and Otoya, who is extremely good at going invisible, basically, while kind of cutting off the field and just getting lost in the sidelines. And that's what he does really well, but Isagi is on it at all times, because there's something going on that even Jinpachi Ego kind of understands. That one thing is that Isagi is going to be their true way of stopping the team of the U20 match. Going to be their way of stopping Sae Itoshi. That is going to be their way. Rin, well, let's just say his ego is not going to want him to basically allow Isagi to lock up Sae to a large degree, or try to lock up Saitoshi. But it doesn't matter, not necessarily, because Isagi's going to be given that opportunity no matter what. And let's just say this match is semi-close, and there is some, some goals here and there for the other team, Team B. But in all honesty, the only thing holding this Team A, back is the lack of chemistry with Shido. And Isagi continues to develop throughout this match as well with Hiyori's advice that would basically tell him to stop reacting or stop thinking first before reacting. Just react, just do. In which he starts taking that to heart, even utilizing his telekinesis powers that allows him to defensively be extremely good in a way of just reacting to movements without even thinking about them. And he gets even further in that idea when he starts working with Rin, especially setting up even more goals. This would literally put Rin at a spot where he scores 3 goals in this one singular match. Shido would get one himself, but then Isagi would also get the very last one, winning 5-3. Isagi would actually get this goal, and even Jinpachi Ego is looking at this like, wow, maybe he really can be more than just a defender. Frankly, Karasu is more of the defender-like person. Putting Isagi right next to Rin as an offensive midfielder, yes, it honestly would make more sense. It might sound odd because, frankly, Isagi's defensive prowess is insane. And if you look at the U20 team, it might even be around the same level as someone as Oliver Aiku. But at the same time, they know that his chemistry with Rin can put them at a totally different level. A level to the point where they might not be able to be stopped. And that is something to truly think about. And that right there is something for the other team to truly worry about. Something that they're really going to have to keep in mind. And there's someone that he'll be matched up on quite a bit if he plays the offensive midfielder role. And they have quite a bit of other people that they could substitute as well. Now, before the U20 match, Hiyori and also Isagi, and Nayase to a certain extent, sit there and kind of listen to and also watch some of the other matches. Nothing too crazy happens. The same kind of Blue Lock 11 would be chosen for their match. Some setting up in different roles better than others, and some preparing in a different way. But they do have a semi-large amount of substitutes to actually play through as well. But they're only allowed to substitute 3 people, so they'll have to be pretty stingy with that idea. But one game, that's all it's going to take. One game for the rest of Blue Lock 11's life. One game for the Blue Lock's future. The U20 match, Japan's under-20 team national representative match for all of Japan to watch. And there's one person that everybody is excited to see, and the only reason that tickets were sold in the damn first place. Saitoshi leading the team, but there's one person, one stipulation, and one thing that Saitoshi wanted, and that was Shido. He told them that he would not actually partake in this match unless Shido was allowed to join the U20 team, and Isagi now knows he has another person to erase. But it all starts with the one and only Saitoshi. They're all walking out onto the field, all within kind of a hallway, and they stand next to each other. Isagi would look to his left, and he would see somebody, and he would see Oliver Aiku. Oliver Aiku, their left center back. He would look at Isagi and think to himself that right there, there's something within his eyes. And Isagi would ask him, well, if he has something to say, why not just say it? It'd make it easier for everyone. Oliver Aiku would respond, and he would say that it seems like the kid has a bit of an ego to him. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence, in fact. He wonders, where's he playing? Is he, where he plays? Is he left center back? Is he a more defensive midfielder? What is it? In which Isagi says that he's an offensive midfielder, and that he should really be worrying about his own position, because he'll show him what he could really do. Oliver would look into Isagi's eyes and he would think to himself, those eyes tell a different story. The eyes of a defender. The eyes of someone who gets really, really excited about erasing somebody off the field. He wonders, maybe this guy is, well, an issue. Maybe this U20 match, this U20 versus Blue Lock 11, maybe it should be taken even more seriously. He stops and thinks about this, but then shakes his head. He tells the kid, good luck, and they enter the stadium, the crowd roaring, and the Blue Lock 11 would take the field facing off with the U20 team. And the main threat, everybody knows it, everybody realizes it, Saitoshi is going to be a problem, and he always will be. But this is until Isagi and Rin, well, they start the match, and Rin would question if he's scared, if he's nervous, if he's worried, and Isagi says that he's not worried, he's not nervous, and he's not fearful, and frankly, all he wants to do is erase his big brother. In which immediately Rin would smirk a little bit and say that he'll have that opportunity, but he wants his brother first, and that's how it's going to be. Isagi would shrug his shoulders and say, it is what it is, let's just get to work. In which that's exactly what these two do. And initially, it would be a bit of a struggle to break through the defense. I mean, seriously, some of these people, I mean, their defensive capabilities, their way of kind of shutting down some of these other people on Isagi or on the Blue Lock 11 team, well, it's pretty interesting. Your left wings and your right wing and basically all these people that are going to be very good in that open field and that those one-on-one matchups are struggling. And Isagi realizes that this quickly will turn into a two-man game. But this two-man game will not be easy when you are dealing with Saitoshi standing in front of you, with their defensive midfielders being extremely quick to the ball, but on top of that, Oliver Aiku ready to strike at any moment's notice. But Isagi knows that they can get the upper hand. They've been working harder than you could possibly imagine, and their two-man game is borderline unstoppable. And when it starts, let's just say the U20 team wouldn't be taking them fully seriously, but after this two-man game is shown, well, very quickly they'll realize that this should have been taken seriously, because they begin busting their way through the entire defense and just absolutely scorching everybody in their way. Both defensive midfielders for the U20 team get taken back by how quick and the tempo they're put up against, and they're gone without a trace. But Rin would try to set up a pass for Isagi, one that would fall into the lap of Oliver Aiku with perfect positioning, but guess what? That would not be happening. Isagi meets him up top and makes him feel extremely heavy, making him feel as if there's this weight on his shoulders that he cannot or can no longer hold up, completely stopping this defensive serpent that is Oliver Aiku, taking the ball himself and busting through the defense completely. Now they have a 2-on-1 basically with the goalkeeper, with the others trying to get back and basically help out. And they're trying to collapse and stop them from scoring, but with one fake, one move, it looks like Isagi's going for a goal, kicking the ball, and it looks like it's screaming toward the left top corner of the goal, but it's not. It's curving, and it's a pass to Itoshi Rin as he scores the first goal against the U20 team. Everybody's in shock. Everybody is in complete and utter shock, and, well, it's pretty obvious that the U20 team needs to straighten up, because they're going to be on the back foot extremely bad if they don't figure it the hell out. In which this would lead to Isagi starting right next to Itoshi Rin once again, but on the defensive side of the ball this time, because Rin is obsessed with the idea of shutting down Saitoshi. So Isagi decides to put a little bit more on his own shoulders, taking on the so-called superstar of Sendo. And Shoto Sendo, well, let's just say the superstar isn't looking too super, because quickly, even when Sae would set up the most beautiful pass, well, he would not be able to get up high enough to stop Isagi from stealing it. Quickly, with retaliation, Isagi would be looking for Rin once again, passing the ball up and sprinting into the open field, trying to get him and Rin another goal once again. But as they actually are setting it up, it seems that Oliver Aiku and many others are ready for it this time around, stopping them from doing the same sequence, more or less, what they just did. Oliver Aiku telling the kid that he's not going to be able to go and score a goal that easily once again, but this would suck in the entirety of the defense. It would basically leave someone open and stop somebody, at least to an extent, because they would think he's open, passing the ball to Nagi, but it seems like the right center back, Kazuma Nyoa, is actually in perfect position to stop Nagi, and he's extremely strong, completely cutting Nagi off. But with his insane ball control, Nagi would be able to actually capture the ball and look for a pass. But this is when he realizes that he can score a goal right here, landing some of the craziest moves you could possibly see, as he would tap the ball up with other defenders actually coming in to stop him, and he would spin kicking the ball and he would score a goal himself. The U20 team is on the back foot and in complete and utter shock. How the hell is this happening? Blue Lock 11 is up 2-0 in a matter of a 15-minute time period. They don't know how this is happening and what is happening, but they are crumbling. But luckily, Saitoshi, well, he believes, or at least to an extent, that they're in this game, at least for now, because he starts putting on a clinic. Rin cannot hang on to his big brother, and Saitoshi would set up Sendo, at least momentarily, for a pass back to Saitoshi, he would easily push through the defenders and get himself a goal that nobody would be expecting. A goal that looked to be a simple pass in, a cross to try and basically try his best to set up his superstar once again. But this time he says that he will do it himself, scoring a goal from basically 0 degrees of right next to the goal, and it's a beautiful thing. Scoring the goal, putting them down 2-1, but setting the crowd into a frenzy. It seems like, yes, they are behind Blue Lock and they are behind this spectacular feat, but Saitoshi is still the superstar that is put on that pedestal, and Saitoshi is still the #1 person everyone is looking at. But the thing is, it seems like everything will stop right here, because immediately after, Rin would have a new want and new goal and a new just want to try and find another goal, find a goal for himself. And that's exactly what the plan is. Letting Bachira run wild within the entirety of the defense of the U20 team, setting him basically this unorthodox type of person ablaze, and he begins to cut through the defense. And while this is happening, well, you have Rin and Isagi with their 2-man game once again, but this is different. Isagi is covering everything. It seems like the better defenders are being shadowed by Isagi, as if they're being taken out of the play. And it's like a red carpet for Itoshi Rin, a red carpet that is showing him the way. And as he finds his way, he would try and score the same goal that Saitoshi scored before, but it would be stopped. He would miss, and it would be popped out into the air, and everybody would be scrambling. Oliver Aiku would go and recover the ball, going to actually clear it, trying to set up something for Saitoshi and their runners. But Isagi was there once again, catching or actually kicking the ball back up as it's trying to be passed to Saitoshi. It pops straight up in the air, and this is where many of them are scrambling, trying to recover. And Isagi is looking for his chance as well, trying to recover the ball that was popped up. And as he's going up to actually get it, he senses something. He feels something and realizes something, that someone has snuck in and the ninja has arrived. Otoya is behind everybody and nobody even realizes it. The chaos that ensued because of the striking team of Blue Lock 11 is basically showing its face now. Isagi, without even looking, would smack the ball with the back of his heel, sending it beautifully to Otoya as it sets up a goal for the ninja that snuck within the shadows, and nobody was even ready for it. The U20 team is in shambles, completely and utterly freaking out at the fact that this is crazy. This is ridiculous. How are they thriving in this chaos? But Saitoshi, well, he's ready for another counterattack. And he's ready with very little time left before the halfway time or halfway point to try and strike his way to another goal. But this time, Rin isn't the one covering him, isn't the one picking him up from one side to the other. This time, it's Isagi Yoichi. And this would allow Sae, to realize why this match has been the way it is. This is the reason why. He is the reason why. Sae realizes that Isagi, the pressure he can apply and the absolute pressure and heavy and kind of weight he applies to his opponents is the reason why so many people on his team are falling short. But how can this striker defend the way he's defending? How is this possible? Surely there is other answers. Surely there are other things to be told. But no, this is it. Sae can feel the pressure. Sae can feel the weight. And every last little bit of training that he did with Rin is helping him for this moment. He knows how Sae plays, at least to an extent. And he is applying the pressure. So much so that the ball would end up being popped up and unable to actually be recovered, and the extra time the time would basically peter out and it would be over, at least till halftime. Halftime would be ensued and they are up 3-1, but they have not seen one person just yet. Ryosei Shido has not entered the field, has not quite gotten his chance to shine. And well, that's exactly what Ego brings up at halftime, saying that he will be coming. He will be going to actually end the life of Blue Lock, destroy whatever is left. And that is the reality of it. The reality is Shido is no longer on their team, no longer on their side, and they're going to use him to stop us. So he tells Rin that he needs to step up and he needs to take on his brother head on. He needs to really thrive off of the defensive aura that Isagi is giving off and be ready for everything and be ready for anything. And he tells Isagi that this is his chance to show Shido that way of soccer or football is not going to work. Complete erasure, in which Isagi would smirk extremely wide and say that he'll do what he can and he'll completely lock him down, in which obviously the halftime would end and it would start once again, and they would have Shido now on the team. Shido would now be part of their insane offensive capabilities, and you would eventually see this as Shido would try his best to get into place, and Saitoshi would find him. Saitoshi would find a perfectly placed Shido with his back to the goal, ready to strike, in which Isagi would be on Shido, trying to stop him, but he hasn't seen Shido do this truly, not when he's standing right in front of him, and Shido would find his way to that goal, and Isagi would try and stop him, but Isagi would be one singular centimeter off. His toe, his foot, able to touch the ball no, not quite. Not just yet. And, well, Shido would have the goal soar. It's soaring toward it. But Gagamaru, he would save it, popping the ball back out, and Isagi would go to recover it, recovering it and passing it out and starting their counterattack once again. And Jinpachi Ego, well, his smile would grow even wider, realizing that this right here is the future of everything. The future of Blue Lock and football entirely. But there's one person still trying to stop this. One person who was threatening to leave at halftime, but the little devil that is Shido was going to keep him here one last time. Sae Toshi would be able to steal that outlet pass from Isagi, which was setting up their counterattack, and with one more pass, one more chance, he would send it to the devil, and he would send it to Shido. Shido would gather it and would score a goal on Gagamaru, not making the same mistake again, putting them down only 3-2, and it seems like the U20's momentum is starting to stir. But that momentum would be shut down pretty damn quickly, especially when they started having substitutes. And they would sub in Ryo Mikage, Yohiori, and on top of that, would even sub in someone that Isagi hasn't seen for a while. Someone that has been absolutely salivating at the fact of devouring Isagi's light, which is completely out of the ordinary for Isagi, because he's never really worked with someone like him. Shohei Bado. This is their chance to give a different look to the U20 team, to stop their momentum, and that's exactly what happens. Isagi is given the option to now shut down Sae Toshi once again. Ryo would now have the goal and also the full-on responsibility to shut off Shido, and this right here is perfect time for the king to feast, because Shohei Bado, well, he would be looking for a goal himself. The defensive responsibilities, it would show quickly, and they would be able to have a little bit of a back and forth, leading to a defensive stop for the Blue Lock 11, leading to them going out to score a goal. The two-man team once again between Ren and Isagi would be showing off, and this would lead to Isagi being in the perfect place for a goal. But Bado, he would come out of nowhere, stealing the ball from Isagi, looking for the goal himself. Isagi would smirk, and he would realize why Ego has put him in this place, in this role. Isagi wouldn't hesitate, wouldn't stand still, and would not be lackluster, because he would sprint off to a different position on the field, and he would see Bado shoot the ball, and it would clang off the top of the goal. As it does, it goes spiraling back, and everybody screams for second chance. And Isagi, well, he's right there. The ball falls perfectly into his lap, and with a direct shot that is just missed by a stumbling and also a quick-footed Sae Toshi, who is trying to recover for his team, would be missed, and the direct shot would spiral right in past the goalkeeper, scoring his goal. Yoichi Isagi would be on the top of the world. And soon, the Blue Lock 11 would watch as the U20 team would crumble to dust. But the thing is, even Rin feels like this isn't a win for him. It's truly a win for Isagi. Sae Toshi would walk up to Isagi and say that he's different, he's something else, and that he knows that his younger brother wouldn't be as good as he is now without the help of him. Isagi would shrug his shoulders and say that all that he cared about was erasing the golden boy. He didn't care about his brother's progression, didn't care even if Blue Lock survived. Not necessarily. As long as he got to erase the golden boy from existence. In which Sae says that, well, he did something like that. He basically shrugs his shoulders and walks away with his hands in his pockets, and Isagi would be dragged over for an interview. Dragged over as everyone cheers him on, and the interviewers ask him a question. What's his goal? What does he want? And he looks at the camera, dead serious, not even smiling. And he tells them that his goal is to erase the greatest strikers out of existence. In which everybody is shocked to hear this. What does that even mean? What does he mean? And he says that the greatest players, strikers, midfielders, anything you could think of, his goal is to erase them and make them look like jokes. He started with Saitoshi, and then they even stopped the devil. Who's next? He's not so sure. But he knows when they come and they think that they can beat Blue Lock, and they think that they can stop and they can score and they can do whatever they want on this field, he just wants them all to know that eventually he will erase them, and eventually they will fall victim to his way of playing football. Everybody cheers hearing this, and this is where we'll leave off. This is the end of what if Isagi had telekinesis powers. And I'm going to say this flat off, just right off the bat. We are just getting back into Blue Lock what ifs, so some of these Blue Lock what ifs, maybe they're not going to be the best in the world in terms of maybe me talking about the U20 matches and stuff like that. I'm going to get better as we, go along and stuff like that. And I'm going to try my best to make these matches very fun and very awesome to listen to. It's going to be difficult because some of these Isagi what ifs will be very strong. Like, he'll be really good or really this or that. So it'll be hard to make it competitive. I'm one of those people that I'm not going to make things harder than it has to be just because of, it's a what if and also entertainment purposes. I'm going to keep it I wouldn't say necessarily realistic, but I'm going to keep it. If he has telekinesis powers, he's going to have a large leg up on a lot of these players no matter what. But everybody's going to get their shine to a certain extent, but most of the shine and most of the light will go on Isagi Yuichi. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you enjoyed this series, please let me know what you want to see next. If it's Blue Lock, if it's My Hero, if it's, I don't know, whatever. I seen someone say that they want to see Dan what ifs. And I'm definitely tempted to try to do some Dan what ifs. I haven't decided how I would even do that or what would happen. But I think it would be a cool little idea to honestly do. Nonetheless, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and sub and comment down below any suggestions. And that's all I got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.